Most businesses struggle to generate consistent sales and leads from YouTube because they are stuck using outdated, complex, and time-consuming methods that don't really work. So today I'm going to show you the 6-step process responsible for millions in sales for myself, my clients, and how to set it up to flip even a small channel's profitability in just 30 days. Okay, so step 1, you need to understand the viewer cycle and how to use it to make your channel more profitable. And to do that, what you need to understand is this chart here, which is going to change the way you think about growing a business on YouTube. So on the left here, we have the number of interested viewers going at the top. This is like the number of people who are actively trying to solve a problem or get a result, whether it is learning a language or mastering a guitar or growing a YouTube channel. So on the bottom here, we've got the time after they discovered you. So months 1, 2, and 3. Now, what you want to do is think about what happens when you find a new creator who you really like. You binge 5 or 6 of the videos, and then next week YouTube shows you their latest one and you click it right away, and that keeps happening until one day you realize, do you know what? I think I've got what I needed from this channel. So you just stop watching and you move on because they either solved the problem or you've kind of given up. So this is the viewer cycle, and it's happening on your channel right now. And what that means is to make your channel as profitable as possible, we have this 30-day window here where viewers are probably their most interested in solving a problem, and there's a lot of them. And then after that, your potential buyer pool starts to drop off pretty fast. So if you want to build a profitable channel, not just a popular one, you need to make sure everyone in this zone gets put through a system that converts them to buyers. So step 1 is to simply accept the truth that even if you're amazing, most viewers will flake, not because of you, but because life moves on. And then what you want to do is find out how long, on average, your actual buyers watch you for before they bought. Because if most of them buy in month 3, that tells you you're missing out on all of these people and you need to fix your sales system. But how do you find out how long people have been watching? Well, it's actually really easy. You just add this question to your sign-up form or a post sign-up survey. How long have you been watching my channel? Or if you're doing sales calls, you just ask them on it. And then once you start collecting this data and you'll see patterns, it might say people have been watching for 6 months, which is great. It means they're sticking around and watching you. But if people aren't saying a few weeks or a few days, it might mean you're missing out on a lot of sales. Now, I have this data on RevTrack, which tells me how long it's taken from the first time someone clicked on the link below one of my videos to how long it took them to convert to that offer, which is the next best thing for working this out. And then after that, we move on to step 2, which is the foundation you have to master. Otherwise, you can't convert viewers to buyers, and it works like this. So in order to get as many people buying from you, you need to get everyone who discovers you to watch about 10 to 20 videos in their first 30 days. That's the kind of average I'm working on here. Now, that might sound like a lot, but it's actually pretty simple if you think of it like this and your own behavior when you find a really high quality channel. So to start, viewers might find one video, love it, then they binge 5 more on day 1. So that's 6. Then you release 4 more across the month. So 1 a week, meaning they come back each week. That's giving us 10. And then if every video from that month ends strong, they'll end clicking your end screen and hopefully watch another one. So we might get another 4 out of them. So that's like 13, 14 videos in total in 30 days, which doesn't sound that hard when you think of it like that, right? Now, the thing is, in order to get people to watch that many in that time frame, you got to make sure your YouTube channel looks like this pie. So imagine you love apple pie. Every time you see a slice, you just devour it. But the rest of this pie, one slice is cherry, the other's rhubarb, the other's banana, all flavors you hate. So you take a bite and then you spit it out and you go, oh, I'm not coming back to that pie. Too risky, not of interest. That's how viewers feel when you have a channel that's full of unrelated content that isn't about the problem they originally discovered you by. So if one video you make is about confidence, the next is about relationships, then the next is about communication, each one solves a totally different problem, and that breaks the system because if only 2 out of 10 videos interested them, it could take 5 to 6 months to hit that 10 to 20 videos consumed that we really want to be aiming for. And most people just won't stick around that long. But worse, if your videos start solving problems your hottest viewers don't care about anymore, they stop clicking altogether and YouTube will just stop recommending them. So your channel gets no views, no sales, and kind of fails. But if every video solves the same problem for the same person, then every slice of your channel is apple, meaning no matter what YouTube shows them, it's the perfect fit every time. This increases our chances of getting them to watch those 10 or 20 videos in the first month. So they'll buy from you if you follow the next few steps I'm going to show you too. But the second thing that really matters is if you want to create a profitable channel, you need to understand your offer is a pie too, and it needs to match your channel slice for slice. So if your channel is helping people with relationships, but your offer's about confidence, your viewer lands on your sales page and thinks, came here for Apple, this fool's giving me bananas, I'm off. And it doesn't matter how good your product is, if it doesn't feel relevant to your viewers, it ain't gonna sell. So here's the fix. You make sure your channel and your offer both solve the same problem for the same person. Then every video you post warms the viewer up for sales, and I'm gonna link a video at the end that's gonna show you how to do this in way more detail. So after that, and you've made sure your offer and channel are all solving one problem, you move on to the next step, which I did recently, and this blew up my sales and my link clicks and my conversions in only like 30 days. And all I did was post a lot of videos consistently in that time frame, but I mixed up the types of content I made. So I did a deep dive, I did a listicle, I did a roast, I did tips, I did personal backstory stuff. I tried a ton of stuff. And every video had tracking links, so I didn't just see views, I saw what got emails, what made sales, and what grew the business. And when I spotted a winning format that made sales, I just repeated it. And guess what? We have noticed a shift in how long people who inquire to my program have been watching now. So there's way more from the hot zone in this month one as a result. So really, you need to try a 30-day testing period where you get out plenty of videos and then track what's making you money so you can repeat what grows the business over and over again. But Ed, I don't want to repeat the same content over and over again just because it gets me business. Okay, well, let's look at that because it's something people always say to me. And firstly, I just need to ask you a question. Why? Are you afraid that your audience will go, this person's repeating themselves? Because look at the chart. Most of them are going to leave you after a few months anyway. So if the videos are spaced out 8 weeks apart, it makes no difference. Or are you worried that you're going to get bored talking about the same thing? Well, here's the thing. I spent years making videos of how to increase watch time and click-through rates on my old channel. Literally every video I made related back to that, but I didn't get bored and the viewers didn't, even though I just repeated what worked over and over again because I kept changing the way I presented that information. So I came up with new examples, I came up with new styles, but it was always the same core message because if you leave that, the system breaks and you can't get views or sales. So we repeat what gets clicks and deliver it in a new way inside to make the same message hit harder. But I also need to give you some tough love here because we do need to get real about this. Imagine Apple saying, hey everyone, we just made $1 trillion, but you know what? The marketing team, they're kind of bored talking about iPhones, so we're just gonna talk about marketing the mouse that you can't charge properly anymore. They would never do that. The real payoff on YouTube business comes when you keep showing up, saying the same thing better and louder and in new ways until your dream buyer goes, this person is a flipping genius and they are the logical step to solve my problem for me. Here's my money. So your next step is this. Do a 30-day content sprint where you post more often, mix up styles, track what works, and when you find what grows your business, double down on that, keep repeating the same formats over and over again, just stick with it. Now, this next step is going to make your channel more profitable in 30 days. It's only going to take 2 minutes. And when I work with my clients, this is like the very first thing I check because this one little tiny change is the easiest way you will ever make money on YouTube. And all you do is go to your About Us section and you whack in the links to your sales page and your email. Don't put anything else in. These links get clicked like you would not believe. I have all the data to prove it, but the more you put in, the worse these will perform. And then just underneath every video, just make sure your email and your product are above the fold below the videos. People can see it so they know to click. And again, I have tons of data that proves this will blow up all your clicks and make you more money. If you don't have that, you're not going to make a profitable channel in 30 days, no matter what you do. Now, the next step is going to help you generate more sales from the views you're already getting, and it's going to make your channel more profitable in just 30 days. And to explain how this works, let's quickly break down the 3 types of offers. We've got low ticket, which is like under $500, mid ticket, which is about $500 to $1,500, high ticket, let's just say above $1,500. Now, it doesn't really matter what the dollar value is here. People have different opinions on this, but let's just go by that as a rough guide. So the issue is you can't really use the same marketing and sales strategy to sell a $50 product as you would a $10,000 because people in the hot zone, they're not just going to go watch a video and go, hey, here's $10,000. So we need to ask, how much extra work do I need to do to turn these viewers into buyers in this period outside of YouTube in the 10 to 20 videos? So let's start with how to get more sales on a low ticket product in this 30-day time period. So the first strategy you should use is a test. It's going to take you like 5 minutes and maybe about $6,000 once. And my clients who try this out find it also generates sales very quickly. And all you do is you go to community wall and you write something like this. So quick flash sale, 20% off for the next 24 hours or the first 10 sales, grab it here. I mean, that's not the best copy. It's just an example. So don't copy it word for word. And then you just drop in a big image and you link to your sales page. And you can do this once a month if you like, or you can skip the discount and just offer like a limited bonus, like adding on some sort of paid PDF you include for free. Now this works because community posts show up on your viewers' homepages, and almost no one is using them. So this space is actually really easy to get on right now. And think about your viewer who has just discovered you, who watched 5 videos already. So long as this post is in line with what they care about, they're one, more likely to see it because YouTube's going to show viewers of your channel, but two, they're more likely going to care about it as well. Now, the next thing you do takes about an hour to set up, and I use this for years, and it's way less complex than what most people are going to tell you to do to make money online, but it enabled me to sell $170,000 worth of 2 low-ticket products over their lifetime, and I just did this. So put links to your email sign up above the fold of every video. When people sign up, you need to automate a response. Just sends them a welcome email saying, hey, thanks for signing up. And by the way, if you want to get the result I know you want faster, because my entire channel is about it, click here. That's it. Don't quote that literally, which takes them to your sales page. Now, if your channel's set up in the way I told you to, where it solves one problem, your offer does too, this is sometimes all you need. You just automate sales in this way. But also, I used to send anyone who signed up to my email straight to my sales page instead of a thank you page. Now, this worked because if you show someone you're a business in the first week they discover you, they remember that when they are ready to invest, and it works. No one really does that, but I've been doing it for years and it's great. Then the third simple strategy is going to get your channel profitable for low ticket is this. So once someone's on your list, just send one valuable email a week to them to continue to warm them up. In this hot zone at the end of every one, you just add PS, if you want to get the result, my channel's all built around, click here to get it faster. It's really simple, it's consistent, and it just works. You can also, once a month, do what you did on the community wall and just send a flash sale email with a short deadline or like a limited quantity. Now, you can do way more than this, but this is the foundations everyone should start on because it's really easy to set up, which brings us on to how to sell mid-ticket offers to the hot zone viewers. And I used to do this to sell a $1,200 offer that people bought just by clicking buy now. And you might think I built some kind of insane multi-layered system to do it, but I didn't. It's the exact same system I showed you for the low ticket just then. I made relevant videos, I got people to my email, then welcomed them with a PS, by the way, I've got this product you might care about. And then every now and then I added a free studio build course to it. And I'd say, you've got 48 hours to buy this with the free course included. And I'd email that and post it on my community wall. And this made $500,000. So even though I said you need to do more work to convert people as the price increases, don't do anything more complex than that to start. And if that doesn't work, then you start adding on more complexity. But if your videos are top notch, it will work. Which brings us on to how to turn your channel profitable in 30 days if you sell high ticket offers, meaning anything over $1,500. Now, here's what I used to do that sold out a $5,000 offer like every single time. I'd post a video with a link to the sales page under. When someone applied, I'd read the application, and if they were a fit, I'd email them the payment link. That was it. I'd also send one email a week with a PS, you can inquire here at the bottom, and then maybe 2 or 3 promotional emails each quarter. No sales calls, no funnel, and it worked. But I do not recommend you do that. At the time, I had built up years of trust on my channel. I had a big email list. I delivered a huge amount of value to it as well. And I had a lot of high quality videos on the channel. And I also had luck on my side. If you're newer or your channel's still warming up, you have to put in a lot more work. You can't get away with that. But not too much more work. So let me show you what I do instead to start. Firstly, you want to ask yourself this very simple question. What do I want to optimize for in the next 30 days? Is it your time? Is it getting more people on a call? Is it increasing the number of applications that come in? Or is it just generating as much flipping income as you possibly can? Now, once you know that, what happens is you can choose the right system to help you hit that goal. And these are the 3 systems I'd recommend testing. So firstly, if you're limited on time and you already have a lot of demand, you can try skipping calls completely for high ticket, like I did. And you can just have a short application form, review the ones that apply to make sure they're the right fit. And if they are, you send them the payment link. Or if you don't have to vet people like I do, you could just try a buy now button. This is the fastest option, but you will just make fewer sales. So only try this if you already have a lot of traffic and you're getting interest from people in that hot zone I talked about earlier. And you can only let a certain amount of people into your high ticket, because I used to lose loads of sales doing this, but I didn't care because I could only take on like a maximum of 20 to 40 people. If you don't have that luxury of red hot traffic, do not do this, but this is how you optimize for your own time saving. So the next option, if you want to learn quickly and get a higher volume of potential buyers, is you let anyone book a call and you don't have any form before it. So you'll get more calls this way, but you'll also speak to a lot of people who are never going to buy from you. So you potentially waste quite a lot of time. But that is not a bad thing to start because you learn a lot about your audience this way. And that learning makes your content better. So this is where I think most high ticket channels should start. So that would be optimizing for calls. Finally, if you want to save time and only speak to people who are serious, you just add filtering questions to an application form you make them fill out before your call. And then this lets you qualify leads and you can cancel that call at any time. Now, this will reduce the call volume a little bit and the amount of calls you take, but it will increase your conversion rate of those calls, which is great if you're more experienced or have a limited capacity to take calls. Now, whichever system you choose, the most important thing is this: test it during your 30-day sprint and then react to what actually happens before you bolt on anything more complex. So just pick one thing. What you want to do is you want to see who applies, you want to look at how long they've been watching, you want to track how many of those calls or applications leads to sales. And even if you don't hit huge numbers in that 30 days, you'll come out of it with clarity and you'll know what parts are working and what to improve on. And that is the real value of the sprint and this 30-day system. So while it is possible to transform a channel's profitability in 30 days, what's more likely is that you're going to finish this 30 days with a clear roadmap of where to focus so that you can build on the next 30 days. And that's the key. You master the foundations first, and then only then do you start layering on complexity, no matter what product you sell. And the truth is, if your content is strong enough and you make videos so good people want to buy them, you can skip a lot of the marketing and complexity others who just don't have kick-ass YouTube videos can rely on. All right, so now let's move on to the last step. It's going to enable you to turn your channel profitable in 30 days, as well as convert more of these people in the 30-day hot zone. And I think this is the step everyone should take, no matter what price your offer is. Okay, so at the end of your 30-day sprint, you're going to have some data. And if you've been tracking properly, meaning you've got links and email signups and sales data from your videos, and I'm sorry to promote my software in every video, but if you don't have this, you're literally just wasting all your time. But you should now be able to see what content's converting, and you're going to see patterns on maybe one style of video that does the best, or one topic, or something that gets a lot of clicks or signups or sales faster than others. And when you find that, what you do is you just create a mega video, a deep dive video that's built to convert based on the things that you have learned in other videos that converted too. And you don't need 10 of these, you can just have one video that warms up cold viewers so fast they either buy, book, or join your list. And then you point all of your new ones back at it when you have proof that it works. Now, I did this, and that one video there has made nearly $250,000. So this marketing game doesn't have to be as complex as people think, but it's getting that channel and offer in line to solve the same problem I see everyone suck at, and none of it works if you can't do that. So watch this video next, where I will teach you in depth how to position a channel and an offer together so they make you more sales and turn more viewers into buyers.